Ancient Athenaeum presents In the Days of the Comet by H.G. Wells. A deep investigative study. By the time H.G. Wells wrote In the Days of the Comet, his imagination had turned decisively away from destruction and toward transformation. The catastrophes of his earlier fiction, alien invasions, biological horrors, evolutionary dead ends, had all served as diagnoses. This novel proposes something rarer in Wells's work, a cure, but it is not a gentle one. Published in 1906, In the Days of the Comet emerges from Wells's deepening engagement with social reform, education, and global consciousness. He had grown impatient with stories that merely exposed humanity's flaws. The question pressing on him now was radical and unsettling. What if human nature itself could change? The story is framed as memoir, told by Willie Ledford, an ordinary man looking back on an extraordinary turning point in history. Wells deliberately chooses a modest narrator. Willie is not a scientist, a statesman, or a visionary. He is confused, impulsive, resentful, and emotionally wounded. An embodiment of the restless dissatisfaction Wells believed defined pre-reform humanity. The world Willie inhabits is one of petty cruelty and social friction. Marriage is constricting, work is degrading, politics is corrupt, war simmers constantly beneath the surface. Wells does not exaggerate these conditions, he renders them banal. Misery, he suggests, is not dramatic, it is normalized. Then comes the comet. Astronomers observe it calmly at first. The public treats it as spectacle. Wells stages the approach without hysteria, echoing how societies often greet existential threats with curiosity rather than preparation. When the Earth passes through the comet's tail, something subtle but irreversible occurs. A green vapor spreads across the planet, and humanity changes. The transformation is not violent. No cities fall, no bodies pile up. Instead, aggression dissolves. Greed loses its urgency. Sexual jealousy evaporates. Old hatreds seem incomprehensible. People awaken into clarity, as if a long fever has broken. This is one of Wells's boldest gambits. Rather than dramatize apocalypse, he dramatizes relief. Men lay down weapons, prisoners are released, institutions collapse, not through revolt, but through irrelevance. Laws designed to restrain cruelty find no cruelty left to restrain. The world, almost overnight, becomes unrecognizable. Yet Wells is careful not to frame this as utopia achieved through effort or virtue. Humanity does not earn its enlightenment. It is given, chemically, cosmically, arbitrarily. This is not moral progress. It is biological alteration. That distinction haunts the novel. Willie, who once burned with resentment and romantic obsession, now views his former self with detached embarrassment. Wells uses this self-division to make his central point. The old human nature is not evil so much as misaligned. Its instincts evolved for scarcity and conflict, not cooperation. In the transformed world, people reorganize rapidly. Property becomes communal. Education is universal. Relationships are renegotiated without shame or possessiveness. The Earth becomes, in Wells's vision, a single coordinated civilization. Calm, purposeful, forward-looking. And yet, beneath the serenity, a troubling implication remains. If goodness can be induced chemically, what does that say about free will? If violence was merely a biochemical imbalance, were humans ever morally culpable? Wells does not resolve this tension. He allows it to linger, unsettling the optimism. In the novel's final movement, Willie reflects from the vantage point of the new age. He acknowledges the cost, the loss of intensity, of certain passions, of the chaotic individuality that wants to find humanity. The world is better, but different. Something wild has been edited out. In the Days of the Comet is Wells's most audacious moral experiment. Where earlier novels warn against unchecked science, this one imagines science as salvation and asks whether salvation without consent is acceptable. The comet functions not as destroyer, but as editor. It revises humanity. This places the novel at a crucial pivot in Wells's thought. After this book, his work increasingly explores planned societies, world governance, and the management of human behaviour. The faith in improvement remains, but it is tempered by awareness of its dangers. The novel closes without triumph. There is gratitude, yes, but also humility. Humanity has survived itself, but only by becoming something new. And Wells leaves us with a question that still echoes uncomfortably in the modern age. If we could change human nature, truly change it, would we dare to decide how?